Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll recap the race card from Saturday, May 28. It was the Appreciation Day for the Pari-Mutual Department. 11 races were on offer, including the feature event, the Pari-Mutual Department Trophy. This was a 3-year-old and up open allowance event contested over 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs straight. Let's begin our highlights package with Race 1 from Saturday. This was Division 1 of the Betting Compliance Trophy. 10 faced the starter for what was a maiden condition race contested by native-bred 3-year-olds. The 4-horse Maggie's Boy was sent off as an 8-5 favourite.
They're off. Fair start with the exception of Caveman Give Me the Light. Without Remorse and Last Dance now boogieing to the back of the field as they go charging down the far side. Maggie's Boy sets the splits by just over a length as they leave the 5/8 pole. Caveman has recovered quickly and goes chasing. Give Me the Light also in a handy position along with Without Remorse as the field arrive at the half mile and go spinning into that turn. Select Me is racing back in 5th, possibly 6 lengths off that lead. Great Wayne a length and a tail in behind him. Print Quality a further length back, a gap of 2 to Infinito in the pink. Last Dance now making some progress after the awful beginning, and Sarge in charge of nothing at the back. They make their way flashing past the 5/16. They're coming into the lane, and it is Maggie's Boy in the hands of terrific Tevin Foster. They guide the field along and have opened up a huge gap. Still under the hand ride, Maggie's Boy in cruise control up front. A quick change of hold, and Maggie's Boy maintains that lead, arriving at the furlong pole. Select Me moving best of the rest on the outside, but with a mountain to climb. Further back to Infinito. On the rail, that's Without Remorse, but now being eased down. Maggie's Boy cruising in. This is a facile win. Foster looking all over the place. Terrific Tevin wins by maybe 6 lengths. Over Select Me, then Infinito. Without Remorse, Great Wayne is 5th.
Eased down in mid-stretch, Maggie's Boy posted an impressive victory by 6¼ lengths for jockey Tevin Foster and trainer Norman Smith. Maggie's Boy clocked 1 minute 17 2/5 of a second, going 1,200 meters. Race 2 was titled the Exacta Bet Trophy. This was an optional claiming race for thoroughbreds 5 years old and upwards. The Sean Williams conditioned Papa Albert was a 3-5 favourite.
This is race number 2. Ready for a start, and they're off and racing. Coat of Arms misses it along with Jamaican Storm as they head towards the 5. Papa Albert passing the 5 in front. The next Big Thing racing in second. Right there in third, that's Nasdaq Princess creeping up against the rail. Indy Arazi comes next in fourth, traveling in 5th. That is a Powerful Red as they pass the 4 Jamaican Storm and racing at the back, Coat of Arms. They head toward the 3 furlong point, and Papa Albert in front, about 2 lengths or maybe 2.5 in front of the next Big Thing, chasing in second, 3 lengths away to Nasdaq Princess, looking to be backing out. Jamaican Storm recovering nicely and goes down into third. Also coming on, that is Indy Arazi. Powerful Red is next and is still at the back. That is a Coat of Arms. They're at the furlong and a half pole, and it is still in front. Papa Albert trying to hold off from on the outside. That is the next Big Thing. Papa Albert in front. The next Big Thing pressing home a challenge. Papa Albert still in front. The next Big Thing for company on the outside. Papa Albert being driven for all his worth. Papa Albert, the next Big Thing. Papa Albert by a length. The next Big Thing is second. Racing in third, that is Jamaican Storm, and finishing fourth, Powerful Red.
Papa Albert rewarded punters with victory by a quarter length. The final time was logged at 1 minute 11 2/5 of a second, going 1,100 meters. Second went to the next Big Thing, followed by Jamaican Storm and Powerful Red. Mr. Lyndhurst was a 1-9 favourite for the day's third event. The field was reduced to 7 following the scratch of Paulina Forever in what was the Quinella Bet Trophy. Jockey Shane Richardson was a replacement for Philip Parchment aboard a cappella.
They're off. Perfect start. Jason's goal just left toward the back along with a cappella. As Mr. Linder shoots through, gets an early lead, chased up by Buckalock. Bruce Wayne right alongside Buckalock. Starlee racing back in fourth, 4 lengths off that lead. A length and a half away to a cappella in the orange. Toward the back of the field, that's Jason's Gold, and just about last at this stage. Smarty Tradition. They leave the half mile and run now toward the final 3/8 of a mile, and it is Buckaluck who charts the course by just over a length. Chased all the while by a Bruce Wayne. Mr. Linders now ridden to make up a 4-length deficit. Starley pulling alongside. 3 lengths back to Acapella, right there on the inside. That's Smarty Tradition as they leave the 7/16th and Jason's Goal toward the back. Mr. Linders now begins to make ground at the top of the lane, but it is Buckaluck who continues to hold that lead. Bruce Wayne throwing down the challenge on the outside, and Bruce Wayne now looks to point over Buckaluck, maybe not finished yet. Starley's on the rail. Mr. Linders in the pink sleeves asked to make some progress along with Smarty Tradition, but it is Bruce Wayne now beginning to kick on the Aaron Chatry, and Bruce Wayne is powering away from them under full power. This Bruce Wayne, and a smart looking hand ride. Bruce Wayne comes cruising in with Aaron Chatry to win by maybe 7, could be more. Mr. Linders second, Starley third, close between Acapella wide in the orange, and on the rail Buckaluck.
Bruce Wayne provided a superhero-like performance to secure the day's third event. Victory by a massive 10.5 lengths saw Bruce Wayne posting a victory time of 1 minute 17 and 1/5 of a second to hand trainer Stephen Todd his first of 2 victories on the day. Jockey Dane Dawkins and trainer Patrick Lynch have teamed up to good effect in recent weeks. This combination saw another bullet being heavily fancied to secure the trifecta bet trophy. Ryan Darby's Royal Vibes was a late non-starter.
Ready for a start, they're off and racing. Marginally left at the back, that's Uncle Vinny. As they come toward the 7 furlong shoot, it is Bloodfire in front, right on the outside, that's Graydon, and Graydon now goes to grab a very slim lead. They head toward the 6 furlong point on the course. Uncle Vinny coupling up nicely, and Uncle Vinny passes the 6 in front. Uncle Vinny in front of Bloodfire, settle down into second, improving into third, that's Another Bullet. Right against the rail, that is a Blood Song, just passing Graydon, backing out a bit. Also coming on, that is Old Dwarf and Milkman left at the back. They head toward the 4 furlong point. Uncle Vinny bouncing easily on that lead, attacked by Bloodfire. Also there, that is Another Bullet. These 3 sharing the lead, but it's Bloodfire just the leader. Another Bullet pressing home an attack on the outside, and Another Bullet goes through at the 3. Bloodfire still there. Also there, Uncle Vinny coming on, that Blood Song. Old Dwarf comes next, then comes Graydon, and improving a bit, that's Milkman. They're coming at the top of the lane, and Another Bullet looks to have the lead, but here comes right against the rail, Bloodfire. These 2 are fighting for it, coming to the furlong and a half pole. Another Bullet could be marginally the lead. Bloodfire not quitting though. They're coming to the furlong pole. Another Bullet and Bloodfire. Another Bullet kicking on from Bloodfire. Bloodfire still there and still in with a chance. Also coming on and looking nicely, that is a Blood Song, but Another Bullet getting rid of Bloodfire. Bloodfire still pesky. Another Bullet by a length and a half. Bloodfire is second. Blood Song is third. Milkman runs on to be fourth.
Dawkins and Lynch shot down the competition as Another Bullet posted a winning time of 1 minute 43 and 3/5 of a second, going 1600 meters. Shane Canterman Ellis was aboard the 4-5 favourite XY Soul for the 5th event. This was the UK and Irish Racing Trophy. A field of 8 competed in this sprint race that covered a distance of 1,000 meters round.
They're off. Nina Dorada blows the start. 777 and Just an Illusion match strides early in the early fray for that lead. 3 lengths back to Sure Beauty, overtaken now by Wifey Says So. Cup of Soup also dashing down into 4th. Sure Beauty backing out into 5th as they come dashing past that 7/16th. Nina Dorada is making ground along with XY Soul as Sure Beauty continues to hook reverse as they leave the 3 ahead of only 1. At the moment, that's Jolly's Dream. They come passing the 5/16th. They're coming into the lane, and it is a 777 out in front. Awesome Anthony Thomas guiding this one into the lane with a 2.5 length advantage. It's held over. Wifey Says So now asked to close the gap. Cup of Soup is also asked to bubble to the boil on the outside. XY Soul begins to pick up as they run past the furlong pole, but can they catch 777 and Anthony Thomas? They enjoy a 2 or 3 length lead. They're in the final 16th, and out in front remains a 777 chasing all the while. XY Soul cutting into the lead, but the wires here. 777 beats XY, sold by 2 lengths. Just an Illusion is next ahead of Jolly's Dream, and the Copper Soup is fifth.
Another victory for a Stephen Todd conditioned entry as 777, partnered by Awesome Anthony Thomas, secured the day's fifth event. 777's final time was logged at 1 minute 3 seconds flat, competing over 1,000 meters round. It's now time for a break on the Caymanas Highlight Show. On the other side, we'll recap the remaining races on the card from Saturday, May 28. This included the day's feature, the Pari-Mutuel Department Trophy. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In the second half of our presentation, we'll recap races 6 to 11. This included the day's feature, the Pari-Mutuel Department Trophy, which was a 3-year-old and up open allowance event contested over 1,000 meters. However, let's pick up the action with race 6. Gary Griffith's entry, Eddie 29, partnered by Rayan Lewis, was a 6-5 favorite. This was Division 2 of the Betting Compliance Trophy, which saw 10 thoroughbreds competing over 1,200 meters.
They're off in racing, aka Storm and Miss Khaleesi are the last two to leave the gate. Stormacom dashes into an early lead. Eddie 29 tracking on the outside, right against the rail. That's Lady Ben as they pass the 5. Then comes Melmick tacked on to the tail of the front 3. Then comes Potential. Behind the Potential, that is Ava Jalen. On the rail, that's King Air. Cutter with Catty comes next as they pass the 4. Then comes aka Storm and Miss Khaleesi racing at the back. 3 furlongs to travel and making the running. Eddie 29, just the leader. Melmick moving sweetly on the outside, and Melmick now goes down into second. Stormacom backs out of it. Ava Jailing running on, but it is Eddie 29 and Melmick as they come at the top of the lane. Eddie 29 in front, Melmick out wide. Eddie 29 still in front of Melmick. Ava Jailing also coming on. It's still Eddie 29 in front. Ava Jailing. Watch Ava Jailing coming down the middle of the racetrack. Also there, Melmick coming on too. That's Lady Ben, but it's still fending them off. It's Eddie 29, a furlong, less than a furlong to travel. Eddie 29 under the left hand stick. Here comes Ava Jailing coming forward. It's Ava Jailing now that hits the front from Eddie 29 back in second. Melmick is third, fourth to Miss Khaleesi, and the Potential is fifth.
At odds of 23 to 1, Ava Jailing, partnered by Roger Hewitt for trainer Donovan Thompson, was a surprise winner in the day's sixth. 1 minute 17 and 3/5 of a second was the winning time, going 1,200 meters. Eddie 29, Melmick, Miss Khaleesi, and Potential completed the top 5 finishers. Jason DaCosta's The Good Life was a 4-5 favorite in the 7th event. However, with punters in a festive mood at the park, was it time to pass the booze for the live racing trophy?
They're off 1,100 meters, and Lady Pujari came out awkwardly at the back. Past the Booze has that lead from Legal Opportunity and The Good Life. These three in a tight cluster up front. Victoria's Medallion now moving closer, trying to join them as they make their way to the half mile. They're almost there. Further back to Lady Pujari now, overtaking Victoria's Medallion, who goes backwards. Colorado Ranger is next, and Genealogy at the back. The field all strung out in a line. They arrive at the final 3/8 of a mile, and the tempo will increase, and Past the Booze continues to lead up from The Good Life and A Legal Opportunity in the white sleeves. Lady Pujari is racing just in behind them, but making no real gains as Past the Booze turns for home and enters the track in the middle. Legal Opportunity is switched down toward the far side. The Good Life is taking aim, but this Past the Booze is traveling powerfully under Christopher Mamdine. They race past the furlong pole. Can they catch Past the Booze? Doesn't seem as if they ever can, as Past the Booze continues to turn it on. Inside the final 16th, an impressive performance by Past the Booze, winning by a gap. Past the Booze is down in the end. Mamdine looking behind him. The Good Life is next 8 lengths away. Then Legal Opportunity, Victoria's Medallion in front of Colorado Ranger.
Past the Booze it was for the day's 7th event, conditioned by Donovan Russell and partnered by former champion rider Christopher Mamdine. Past the Booze was sober across the winning post to log a victory time of 1 minute 9 seconds flat, going 1100 meters. Race 8 was a maiden condition event titled the North American Racing Trophy. Shane the Canterman Ellis was once again aboard another favorite in Blue Seas. Was the tide about to shift for the 1,000-meter round event? Let's find out.
And we're ready for a start. Best of luck if you play the late pick 4. They're off and racing. Chensia has stood up at the start and will take no part. As Always Vigorous makes the lead. It's Always Vigorous right there too. It's Blue Seas. Blue Seas now goes through at the half mile. Always Vigorous right against the rail. Sweet Curling coming around. Also in the mix, that's 6th Avenue. Then comes No Surrender right against the rail. That's Jackson. Beside Jackson, that is Jungle Cat, and marginally racing at the back. Now tailing off, that's Silver Soul. They're passing the 2.5 furlong point, and it is Blue Seas, just the leader, being hounded on the outside by Sweet Curling, right against the rail, Always Vigorous. Also coming on and looking apart, that is 6th Avenue. It's Blue Seas in front, but not by far. Always Vigorous right against the rail. Here comes No Surrender, the debutant, putting in a spirited challenge there. Less than a furlong to travel. No Surrender now has hit the front. It's No Surrender in front. Always Vigorous coming up the rail. No Surrender in front and not surrendering today. No Surrender beats Always Vigorous, Blue Seas, Jungle Cat, and 6th Avenue.
No Surrender said Aaron Shashri and David Lee Sin at odds of 5-2. No Surrender clocked 1 minute 4 4/5 of a second, going 1,000 meters round to hand Shashri his second win of the day. The night event was the OTB Coordinator Trophy. Panamanian rider Dick Cardenas was aboard Richard Azan's fancied entry, Artesia.
Race number 9. They're Off and Racing came out in a very good line. King's Magician, though, outsped early. Sweetie Man burst into an early lead as they passed the 5. It's Sweetie Man in front. Old King Cole right there in a second, right against the rail. That's Morse Code. In between horses, that's Catawba. Also in the mix as they go past the 4, that's Artesia Recovering. Sensational Ending comes next. Then comes King's Magician and tailing off Sniper Man. They are at the 3 furlong pole, passing the 3, and it is Sweetie Man in front. Artesia tracking on the outside as they begin to come into the lane. Also there is Old King Cole. Artesia on the outside, Sweetie Man on the inside. These two heads apart at the top of the lane. It's Artesia marginally the leader. Sweetie Man not yet done. Also trying to come on, that's Old King Cole. Artesia stepping away now from Sweetie Man, who could have had enough there at the furlong pole. Artesia begins to skip away under the Wiley de Cardenas. Artesia running strong and true. Artesia doing it nicely at the end. Artesia by a baby 5 lengths. Sweetie Man is second. Third goes to Sensational Ending. King's Magician runs on to be fourth.
A straightforward victory for Artesia by 7 lengths. Sweetie Man, Sensational Ending, and King's Magician all came home behind Artesia's winning time of 1 minute 7 2/5 of a second. Race 10 was the day's feature event. This was titled the Parimutuel Department Trophy. A combative field of 6 was in line for the trip, going 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs straight. The speedster, God of Love, was sent off as a 4-5 favorite.
They're Off and Racing for the Parimutuel Department Trophy. 5 furlongs straight ahead of them. A Generational and Duke begin to drift toward the center. God of Love in the yellow cap is very prominent and running pretty quickly at this stage. God a Girl is also in a handy spot as they come racing away now toward the final 3. God a Girl may possibly just have that overall advantage. Helicopter is right against the stand fence. These two racing for it. Duke now warmed up for a run. God of Love in the yellow cap on the far side looks to have a lot in hand. Left out of it, Big Daddy and a Generational, but it's a God a Girl shaken up now as they leave the quarter behind them. God a Girl out in front, and the rider changes his hold quickly on the far side. God of Love beginning to pursue. Duke the grey ass to get up to it too, but it is God a Girl near the stand fence who continues to hold that advantage. On the Tevin Foster, he's looking for a double. This is the Parimutuel Department Trophy. It goes to God a Girl, Tevin Foster. God of Love is next over Duke. Big Daddy is fourth.
Anthony Nunes's Importi Gore Girl was comfortable in victory. Gore Girl covered 1,000 meters in 58 and 2/5 of a second to hand jockey Tevin Foster his second win of the day. The 11th and final was of the Superfecta Trophy, contested over 1,400 meters. Gary Subrati's Importi One Done was a late non-starter, thereby reducing the field to 14 entries.
They're off for the Superfecta Trophy. Burn Notice staggers out at the back. The Goodrich got a good start as they make their way down the back stretch. Attacked already by 3 times Lucky. Double Diva wound up on the rail and gathering momentum as they leave the 6, and Double Diva grabs that lead. The Goodrich is a half a length down on the outside. Eroy moves through into third. The Den Street is racing there on the rail. Curlin's Affair in between horses right against the rail too. That is a Money Monster as they make their way down the back stretch. 3 times Lucky has faded off those fractions. Awesome Treasure, Ras Emanuel and Burn Notice race as a team. Uncle Frank is racing near the rail as they charge down the backstretch, overtaken now by Gambler and Raw Liquid. Toward the back of the field, Loose Ball. 3 furlongs remaining. Double Diva attempts to go all the way. Eroy trying to deny, along with the Goodrich. These two now bubbling to the boil as Double Diva will be first into the lane. It is a Double Diva turning for home, stepping just off the fence. Eroy and the Goodrich continue their challenges. Money Monster is making ground. Curlin's Affair now begins to slice through horses, but it is a Double Diva who holds the advantage, put to the right-hand stick with a furlong to run. A quick change of hold. Anthony Thomas, Awesome Anthony, he's looking for a double, and Double Diva is out in front inside the final 16th and skittering away. Double Diva will win the Superfecta Trophy by 4 or more. Money Monster running a big one is second. Eroy third. Curlin's Affair fourth. Ras Emanuel is fifth.
The even money favourite Double Diva made light of the work field to win by 5 lengths. Conditioned by the efficient Jason DaCosta and partnered by the reliable Anthony Thomas, Double Diva completed the 1,400-meter trip in 1 minute, 20 and 2/5 of a second. As we recap another thrilling weekend of racing, it was highlighted by Gore Girl's uncomplicated victory in the day's feature event, the Parimutuel Department Trophy. Jockeys Tevin Foster, Aaron Charchery and Anthony Thomas all secured 2 victories on the day. Meanwhile, in the trainers category, Stephen Todd was the most successful, having saddled Bruce Wayne in the 3rd event and 777 in the 5th. This has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. I'll see you next time.
So this is the Parimutuel Department Trophy. It goes to Gore Girl, Tevin Foster.